Hello and welcome to Kelly's Wordy Reactions. So, yesterday I went live to share. Let's see. Yesterday I went live to share the new work requirements that have been implemented by the president for SNAP benefits to start November 1st. Today, I am now hearing that no one will even receive SNAP benefits at all in November, anyway, but for not the same situation. This is going to be due to the government shutdown. Um, and so I don't know if they're planning on just November, if the shutdown goes past November. I really don't know. But since I went over the new work requirements, I wanted to also kind of look and see what people are thinking and feeling about the benefits not being there at all in November. And so I wanted to go over to TikTok and look at some other creators and see what they're having to say about that. So we're gonna hop over there. Let me clear something out and stop and cut the beat. Okay. Tried something different. That's kind of weird that it's still there. Okay. All right. So let's go over to TikTok and see what they're talking about over there. Okay, so see if it's still ready to go. And I think it is. Okay. And get back over here and see if I can see it. Okay, great. All right, let's start with um, let's start with her.
Y'all do realize that them cutting off SNAP benefits for tens of millions of people all at once is so they can do the next step that they have been trying to do since January. They have been trying to put this country in a place of lawlessness to further their agenda since January, and it has not worked. They have tried to rage bait, they have tried to push forth agendas, they have tried to anger, they have tried literally everything since January to push this country, our cities, our states, into a place of lawlessness so they can push forth their next phase, which is martial law, which is saying, oh, we got to send in the military. Oh, we got to send in the National Guard. They have tried it. So now what they're going to do is let's cut off the food. Let's not feed tens of millions of freaking people and see what happens next. And then what happens is you have a bunch of people that go and they start stealing from grocery stores, they start looting. It becomes lawless to try to feed your family, to try to get kids food, to try to stop your children from going hungry, to try to stop your
Hey,
elderly
girl, dad,
grandparents and
cooking up
parents and things like that
deliciousness.
from freaking going hungry just so they can push forward and actually say, yep, it's lawless. We got to push in the National Guard. We got to declare martial law. We got to do exactly what the fuck we said we was going to do. Project 2025 is a real fucking thing. Read it. Pay attention. They've been trying different things literally that have not worked for months. Cutting off the food supply is just the next thing. So, those of us that can afford to stock up this weekend and all of next week need to fucking do that. Get ready to bunker the fuck down. Get your stuff for your things and get ready to bunker the fuck down because it's about to get rough.
If you're
Let's see what she's going to say.
worried about not getting your food stamps in November, here's what I'm suggesting my clients do. First, make a list of every food pantry and community organization in your area. Food pantries aren't just at churches. You can find them all over, and a lot of community organizations have their own, or they have gift cards or different ways of helping people. There are even food pantries in counties that don't require you to be from that county, so even look outside of your immediate area. A lot of these organizations also, if you just call them, they'll give you a list of food pantries and resources in the area. If you don't already, I'm also suggesting to get signed up with loyalty programs, rewards, discount programs, and use coupons as much as you can if you're not already. Most grocery stores have loyalty programs, points, things like that that can help you out. And you can even call your local grocery store and ask them about every single program they have that can help. And look for farms, local farms in your area. Not only are they cheaper, but a lot of them have these programs called gleaning programs where they give overflow produce away to community members. Also start growing your own stuff. Make a little garden of your own, even if it's inside. I'm going to post a video about these seeds, this packet of seeds that has vegetables, fruits, all of this stuff that you can get on TikTok Shop. Obviously, the holidays are coming, which is hard. And
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to stop her for a minute. I really like, thanks for stopping in to Girl Dad Cooking Up Deliciousness. I really do like the idea of planting. I say I like the idea, but I have not planted anything in years. But that has been something that's been on my list to do for a long time. So, and since, I mean, whether people are on food stamps or not, or SNAP or whatever we're calling it, that is still something that, you know, we should be probably doing, everybody. I mean, if you can plant anything, if you don't have any place to plant, probably you can still plant some things on patios. I've actually seen a lady who had a whole garden of all sorts of food on a patio. So that is something very practical that people can do. I know one thing that I actually did make a TikTok about this, but I didn't. I didn't. It's a draft TikTok. I need to put it out there. But I was thinking about people getting like rice, and you know, obviously, like if people have some food stamps left over from, you know, the last months or whatever, and they're not going to be getting it in November, they could get like large bags of rice, dry beans, large bags of like chicken. I remember I used to buy, because when my kids were little, everybody liked them. I used to buy those big bags of leg quarters. So just a lot of things that people don't really think about doing that much anymore. But yeah, if you need to get some food and make it stretch, you know, it's better than being hungry. So yeah, let's finish seeing what she's got to say about this. And also, yeah, the food pantries. Yep, I can remember a time when I didn't even know food pantries existed. When I was like much younger and had small kids. I wish I did. I didn't even know that food pantries existed.
Thanksgiving is in November. So Aldi put out a list. They have everything that you need, 8 to 10 people for a Thanksgiving dinner for under $40. I'm going to put the list that they put out here. There's also a lot of community organizations that do free Thanksgiving dinners in different areas. Like our area, we have one that delivers even to people elderly that can't get out of their homes. Sign up for every single thing you can. Start a mutual aid little community in your area. See which neighbors want to be involved, and you can help each other out. One grows one thing, one grows another. One gets one thing, one gets another, and you all share. And food storage and what type of food to keep,
I
to
love
use
the idea
with
of
what
growing.
is also really important. It's a really amazing video that I'm going to tag in the description that is a woman who explains how to store food, what type of food you should store, what type of food you can use for what, and what will last a long time. It's a really great video. Get creative. Sign up for everything. Food pantries, community organizations, soup kitchens, Thanksgiving dinners, anything you possibly can. Build communities, share. Need to be leaning on each other and helping each other out right now. And please leave a comment in the comments section if you have any ideas. We can learn from each other.
All right, hey people, happy Thursday, happy Thursday. And so we all know that we have been living in the longest government shutdown in the history of this country. And
hers is a little long. I'm going to skip hers.
Hey, LaQuisha, calm down, okay?
This is ridiculous.
Hey, it's State Rep Carrie Ryan Gans, and we just got word here in Michigan that the federal government, controlled entirely by Republicans, due to their shutdown, the SNAP benefits, food assistance in Michigan will be discontinuing as of November 1st. So families all across Michigan, almost 500,000 children in Michigan depend on SNAP benefits to be able to eat throughout the month. And those will be stopping as of Saturday, November 1st. So I am calling on you, if you are a Michigander that doesn't rely on SNAP and food stamps, if you don't rely on food pantries, consider donating to your local food pantry this week ahead of this surge that we're going to get from families trying not to starve right before Thanksgiving. And if you are a person who's going to be losing SNAP benefits, you can reach out to our office, or you can call the local United Way or 211 to find a food pantry near you in order to get assistance. I hope that we have no Michiganders going hungry by Thanksgiving.
So a little PSA for people in Michigan, but basically the message is the same, that they're not going to have SNAP benefits either. Okay. Let's see, instead of getting on TikTok crying, why don't you go get a job? We're not going to listen to.
I'm literally not asking for help. I'm literally not asking for a job.
Project 2025 is happening in real
Let's listen
time.
to her.
This is October 2025, and it's happening. So I read all 900 plus pages, and there's a whole section about turning us into a white Christian nation where women are forced into the traditional homemaker, stay-at-home mom, pumping out babies role. And it involves cutting all of the resources we offer to single mothers today. I mean, women are single mothers because the husbands are deadbeats, because they're abusive, whatever the reason may be. And we, as taxpayers, help them get a leg up until they can finally earn, the type of income where they can feed their children. But right now, they're trapped because it's very hard to get a job above minimum wage without needing assistance. Like, we all know this, but Project 2025 cuts all of these benefits. And now here we are, the SNAP benefits have been cut. Okay. And in my family stratosphere, we know two young women, single mothers who are ultra MAGA, not very informed, by the way, but super MAGA. And we overheard them expressing great concern because the SNAP benefits have been cut thanks to Republicans. They're freaking out. Now, Project 2025 would want them to marry their boyfriends, to marry the biological fathers who are super MAGA as well. And then resources will be available very soon. That's where they're shifting, especially the red states first. If you get married, we'll give you the resources you need to help take care of your kids or whatever. Unfortunately, these two MAGA boyfriends are deadbeat drug users, like not husband or father material. So this is Project 2025 in real life. Yeah, I feel so bad for other single mothers who I just feel so bad for them. This is just crazy.
Wait.
Yeah, and trying to, I haven't heard that piece because I did read a little bit of like an outline for Project 2025, but I didn't read all the pages like she's saying that she read. So I haven't heard that narrative so much. But, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we start to hear it because everything is just going, it's like a crazy movie that you're looking at, but we're actually living it in real time. Hi, allegedly. Thanks for coming in. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they start talking about if you get married, we'll give you benefits or more benefits or whatever. But it's just crazy because I don't know, just trying to force people into some type of biblical living when that's not what people are used to. That's not what they want to do. That's not what they believe in. That's not what we're even supposed to be doing in this country. And so it's just like, wow, this is this is really bananas. So but yeah, from what I read in the new work requirements, they did say that there was not a work requirement for women with children. But there's a work requirement. They're calling everybody else, what is it? Able-bodied something. And so if you are, can't remember all the little categories, but basically, I think if you're homeless, you can still get the benefits. If you have children, you can still get benefits. I didn't see anything about married families or anything. So, but I would not be surprised if that starts to come in somewhere in here. Yeah, I can't believe what's going on either, allegedly. Like, it's just every day. And I can't look away. Like some people that I know, they're just like, oh, whatever. I don't even look at all that. But I'm like, how can you not? It's so I've gotten, I guess, kind of, I don't know. I don't feel like I can afford to look away because it's so many things each and every day. And so then what was it? Just today, I can't even remember, the days are running together. Yesterday, today, I don't know, the whole, no, so today is a different day because it's 1 a.m. for me. But when did he start? He started 2 days ago, tearing down the east wing of the White House. Yeah, and that's not supposed to happen like he did it, but he did it. And it's just kind of one of those things like, who gonna check me, boo? He did a charade on us, a who gonna check me, boo, and tore down the White House. You know, part of it, I feel like before it's all said and done, he is gonna tear it down. I don't think it's his style. And amongst some other things that I don't think he appreciates. So let's see what she's gonna say. I'm losing my SNAP benefits. I really don't want to hear from one of these trolling people about the SNAP benefits, so I'm just going to stop it real fast if she's trolling.
Wait. So we got lots of people posting on social media that they're losing their SNAP benefits. Oh, they're losing their minds. However, they got the latest.
Okay, she's trolling. Yeah, carry on.
Hey, LaQuisha, calm.
I'm gonna tell y'all straight up like this. I just got that text that the link is definitely cut the fuck off for November. Y'all better stay the fuck out of my way in these stores. I'm walking out with cars.
Now, see, I don't want to listen to people like this either. Because, you know, I feel like this is the type of thing right here that's just, it's like showing up for, you know, like somebody created a trap for you to fall into and you just go running in, you know, head first. So that's just unfortunate that, you know, some people are going to fall into that trap and, you know, go to jail and, you know, they're probably going to have some crazy things, you know, set up for people that go in and do this crash out in the store thing. So this is very unfortunate, but okay. I thought that pic was fake. The lady before, of the White House. You know what? Someone else said that to me too, but I saw some people that were tourists in DC, and I guess somebody was walking around just kind of interviewing some people that were walking around. And no, I don't think it's fake. They were just, you know, tourists and just kind of sharing their feelings about it. And I remember I laughed at the end because one guy said, and this was a news channel. So one guy said, well, it's, you know, it's terrible, but it seems fairly minuscule compared to like all the other things that he's doing. So, which I had to agree because, I mean, you got boats being blown up, to the tune of like 34 people that are confirmed to have been blown up in these boats in the Caribbean, I guess it is. So it's just so many things. Oh, it's so much. Okay, I'm gonna go past her because, like I said, this just makes me sad. Some people will do that, and the thing is, this just a whole chain of events that's gonna set off. So, you know, you have children, and then you're gonna go and you're gonna take all this food, then you're gonna probably end up with, I mean, a felony because it depends when you're stealing, I believe, it depends on the value of what you're stealing. So if you go in there and get $500 worth of food or 4 or 3, probably anything, you know, everything has its dollar increment amount as far as how much they're going to charge you. So you're going to get a felony's worth of charges for a grocery basket of food. And that's just, you know, you don't want to do that. Not when, you know, you can buy some things. Like I said, you can buy things that you might not want to eat them, but it's food. It's things to keep you with something to eat. So let's go past her.
There are 2 major changes happening with the SNAP program that you need to know about. If you're new here, my name is Crystal. I am a social worker and a caseworker. I have been working in the social service field for over 10 years. I have also been working at the SNAP food stamp office for 6 years. I process food stamp applications every day, and here are 2 major changes happening to the SNAP program in the month of October. The first one is if you already receive SNAP benefits, you should expect an increase this month. Every October, people who receive SNAP benefits receive a slight increase. It's usually not.
Okay, her news is a little bit old right now. Let's see.
Oh no. 42 million Americans are getting ready to lose their SNAP benefits if the government doesn't.
If you are naive enough to think that the pause to SNAP benefits on November 1st isn't going to affect you because you don't receive food stamps, I want you to hear this. About 1 in 8 Americans.
Now, I did see this one before, so I'm going to definitely let this one play because she talks about how this is like the down, what do they call it? Like the down line, how this is going to like go into a lot more things than just the people that have SNAP. So let her talk.
Receive SNAP benefits. In fact, in Oklahoma, where I live, 6 people. So about 600,000 people in my state alone, Oklahoma, receive SNAP benefits. About 1 in 4 children in the U.S. receive SNAP benefits. But you're not one of those people, so you don't care. But hang with me. When those benefits go away, just about $9 billion in grocery spending vanishes. So you've got to be thinking about not just the grocery stores being able to stay open and pay their employees, but you have to think about the entire supply chain, trucks on the road, people who provide food to these grocery stores. $9 billion. Every dollar spent in SNAP benefits adds about $1.50 to $1.80 to the economy. So cutting those benefits isn't saving that dollar, it's taking away that $1.50 to your local economy. But you don't receive SNAP benefits, you don't work for a grocery store, you don't drive a truck, you don't give a shit. But when all of those things happen, the only way to combat that is to drastically increase the price of groceries. Grocery prices are already up over 3% in 2025 alone, which is almost an entire percentage higher than the average increase in grocery prices over the last 20 years. I thought they were supposed to go down day one, though. So even if SNAP benefits only pause for 1 month, which, by the way, would be detrimental to all the people I mentioned before that you don't give a shit about, it will cost the economy roughly $13 to $14 billion in profit. And you can expect your grocery prices in just that 1 month to go up at least 1%. And states will stand to lose about $300 to $500 million in sales tax revenue. So even if you do not receive SNAP benefits, you never have, you never will, you do not want these to be paused on November 1st.
No SNAP November is really going to hit my husband's job hard. And I'm talking hard. My husband works for a large plumbing and contracting company, excavation crew. And the majority of men on the excavation crew, which I think there's 14, the majority are on socialism, babe. The majority of hardworking, blue-collar contractors are on socialism. Yes, they sure are. They have SNAP assistance, daycare assistance, healthcare assistance. And yesterday, my husband came home from work and told me that apparently, because we live in Oregon, we pay higher taxes. And therefore, on November 1st, Oregon's going to be distributing the SNAP benefits. He said it with his whole fucking chest. So I had to sit my cute little fucking hot-ass husband down on the couch and unpropagandize the little bitch. Okay, I had to explain to him that SNAP is a fucking federal agency. And the government is closed down. And there is nobody to distribute those funds come November 1st. And his entire dig crew is going to be flailing. I'm talking flailing. One guy who has 5 fucking kids, he is supporting his family on $33 an hour with 5 fucking kids. And he said straight up, I couldn't fucking do it if I didn't have fucking SNAP. He's a blue-collar MAGA. He voted for Donald Trump 3 motherfucking times. And you know what I'm most excited for? I'm most excited to hear him when he has to walk his fucking ass into a grocery store and spend $7 fucking a pound for ground beef and try and figure out how to feed his fucking family of 5 on a goddamn shoestring budget. Because for somebody who's not spending any of their own pennies on food, it can get real frustrating when you go into the grocery store and you fucking walk out with 1 fucking bag and 2 meals and it costs 50 fucking bucks. So, needless to say, there are going to be some uprising happening because they believe it. And I said to my husband, was there not one fucking idiot on the crew with a phone? Could nobody like pick it up and be like, is Oregon going to distribute SNAP benefits? It was a 5-second fucking Google search, dumb fuck. No! No one's getting fucking food assistance. Not in Oregon, not in any state, you dumb fucks. And also, this was always the plan. This has always been the plan. Oh, this was so fun.
Hers was so good. I could go back and listen to hers again. So let me see if I got this right. So her husband's work crew is full of men. They're in Oregon, so it doesn't sound like she's talking about immigrants. And immigrants couldn't get, let me see, undocumented immigrants couldn't get benefits. I guess maybe documented immigrants can get some benefits. I don't know. I do not know how that works, but I would imagine if you don't have any papers, you can't get anything. So she's talking about just American guys that make a salary, but they don't make enough money to support their whole family just on their paycheck, so they get benefits, and they're not going to be getting them. And yeah, these groceries are no joke. So we'll see how that's going to be. Let's see how hers is.
This morning, I called my local DSS office, and I asked them to confirm whether or not what I was hearing was true, knowing it was true, that SNAP benefits are not coming next month. And she said, yeah, no, you're right. They're not coming. I said, okay, well, I hadn't heard anything, confirming what I'm hearing. So I was just calling to check. And she said, you're not going to hear anything. And I said, well, why? And she said, well, your local DSS are trying to figure out what's going on, but the state DSS is not planning on telling anybody what's going on. They're not planning on letting the citizens know that they're not going to get their food stamps next month. She also said that this would likely go on into December, that we will likely not get December's SNAP benefits. So that's great. That's lovely. So I'm coming to TikTok in hopes that there is an answer here. I don't know what the answer could be. I don't know what the solution could be. I don't know if is it mutual aid? Is it mutual aid? Do we all need to come together and start pooling our money and help these families like myself, like my mother, like my grandmother, who don't have the money to replace those benefits, who don't have the income to replace those benefits? What do we do? Because there are children, there are elderly, there are disabled people who do not have the money. And I have 3 children, and I have to feed them. The last time I came on here and talked to you guys about the SNAP benefits, I was full on crashing out. I'm not crashing out this time. I'm scared, but I'm fucking angry. This time I'm angry, and I will not just sit here and mope and cry about it. I will not sit here and just panic and sit in the floor and scream and cry this time. This time we need a plan. We need something that we can do together to figure this out. If you know of any creators, any organizations that are pulling stuff together and are trying to figure out what's going on, help me. Send them my way, or send me their way, because we have too many people in this country to let starve.
Every year.
So I have a prediction. I don't think this is going to go through. I think and it just kind of occurred to me thinking about TikTok, because everybody started crashing out about TikTok, when we had the first, like, TikTok is going down, or I think it actually went down for one whole day or something. Do y'all remember, did TikTok go down 1 day, 2 days? It was offline maybe like 1 day. Um, because I made a video. I was like, TikTok is gone. Are y'all okay? Um, I think this is going to be similar. And I feel like his administration, they have somebody over there designated to look at social media. Um, and I just think that they're probably trying to, okay, let's think this through. So yeah, allegedly, it did go down, didn't it? Yeah, I thought so. So I think that just like the whole TikTok thing, they're gonna watch social media and see, what are the people saying. Um, Especially the people like the last two ladies. not I don't know who this is. I'm not gonna. I think I saw her. She's unreasonable. But those last two ladies, the lady in the red hoodie, and then the lady before that with the hat on, talking about her husband and his work crew, they're gonna look and realize how many of their people depend on these benefits. And I think right now they're trying to force the Democrats to go ahead and sign off on their legislation, however it is. They don't want to give those subsidies so that people can have reasonably priced health care. And I think they want the Democrats to go ahead and give, and they probably think, well, the Democrats will see that people are going to be hungry and crash out and all that. And so they're going to go ahead and sign off on this because I guess they're thinking it's more pressing, to see people like about to starve and all these kids and all this elderly and all of this. And so I don't think the Democrats are going to sign off on it because at the end of the day, food is important, but so is health care. Because if people can't afford their health care, people are going to be in more grave danger than, because I don't know. I think people are going to be in even more danger if they don't have their health care. So I think the Democrats are going to hold the line. And I think the Trump administration is going to have to come through with this food, if not the first day, because everybody doesn't get food benefits the same day of the month anyway, I don't think. So they got, a few days to play with within November. And, hopefully people, I don't know, were smart and have some other resources or save some money, save some of the benefits and don't spend them all every month. I don't know. But if people aren't accustomed to getting their benefits right on the first day of November, then they probably have a few days to play with, try to get the Democrats to go ahead and sign off on the legislation the way that they want it. And when they don't, I think they're going to go ahead and release the states to give the people the food benefits because, how do you just starve millions of people? You have women with babies on formula that, depend on that and the money for the baby food. I mean, I don't see how you just withhold and just with the snap of a finger, well, go get a job. Well, this is also a bad job market, horrible job market, right? Horrible time to be trying to find a job. You can't just get a job on a, I don't know, turn of a dime, and now you got a job and a paycheck and everything that you need, and you can just roll out like that. It doesn't work like that, and everybody knows it. It's so annoying the way people jump online and act like they don't know what it is to live real life. But yeah. So let's see. I guess I'll listen to one or two more of these. And not this one though, because I think I already heard where this lady is coming from.
Let me tell you something. If you think that you about to come up in here and steal from the Wally world,
Hey y'all, how y'all doing out there real quick, child? She said she gonna call the police on your ass. You come up in her Wally world cutting up like it's a free Black Friday. Child, let me tell you something, baby. Okay, I understand that you feel like you rolling with the big dogs of Wally World, honey. But when them folks come in there like it is a free Black Friday, I want you to get your ass out. Okay. Get on out the way. Now you gonna call the folk, cause the jail's gonna be full, child. Okay. The police gonna get tired of coming. I'm trying to tell you. Now hear me. I'm not finna sit up here and tell y'all to go to jail. I'm not finna sit up here and tell you to commit any such crimes. Not at all. But I'm also not gonna tell on you. Okay? I'm not gonna do it. Okay? Because, see, the thing is, this is crazy. Like the timing. Okay? Like the timing is crazy. It's going to be even more hyper because y'all still celebrate these holidays when you should be concerned about the rest of the damn days. But it's going to be heightened because y'all still celebrate these holidays. Okay? You follow me? You know I do not. But, and for all y'all that's on here crying because you ain't going to get them 3 racks a month no more for a minute, allegedly, if it happens, if the government doesn't start back up, alleged, if you're getting it like that, baby, go make sure your people are right. Hell, you got to spend them. Shit, go make sure your people are right. You ain't got to bust it down. Go make sure your people are right. Y'all don't think, man. You don't think, and some of you selfish. You understand? You're selfish. You don't love your neighbor. No, you don't. And I'm annoyed as hell by these AI videos. Y'all got all the black folks running in there and running out with stuff. Baby, I'm gonna need you to put a little more color, different creeds and colors up in there because it ain't just black people. We're not even at the top of the list. I'm gonna need you to get that out your raggedy ass mind. Okay, I'm gonna need y'all to be a little more diverse in them AI videos, honey. Because no.
Now, I haven't seen any AI. Well, I've seen a lot of AI videos, but I haven't seen any of the ones that she's talking about with people stealing food or anything. She's gonna go on like this for a while. Let her say another couple of.
Listen, I want everybody to eat, but can we get real for just like 1 minute? Because on November 1st, you're going to have 2 kinds of people. On one hand, you're going to have people who are going to thieve.
So if y'all think the people are the only ones that's going to be losing this little text message notification y'all sent about us not getting our November EBT, you guys are very mistaken. So this message is also for Walmart, Kroger, Albertson Companies, Publix, Aldi, Costco, and Sam Clubs, and Target. Y'all know how you like to double up the prices for holidays and for the holiday items that people buy, like milk, eggs, and cheese? Because Kerrygold butter for the 4-pack at Costco is $20 and it's usually $10. Well, y'all won't be getting that money. But even worse, not only are y'all getting the SNAP money that you usually get every month, y'all gonna be taking losses because people are tired, baby. So it's finna get real cute. Not that I'm encouraging anything bad. I'm just telling you what it is, and y'all need to go on the internet, and people are not playing with none of you. So remember this, guys. Retailers count on holiday margins. Seasonal premium pricing means big revenue. If lower income shoppers can't buy, stores miss both volume and margin. Low income shoppers also drive frequency for every week purchases. So grocery stores, y'all better stand the fuck up.
So for all you dumbass maggots in the background screaming that people need to get a job that are going to lose SNAP, how about they are working, like I fucking said? But help me understand why we're sending $3.8 billion to Israel every single fucking year, and the women get paid to have for women to have babies in another country. Help me understand that. Make that clear to me, MAGA.
Absolutely love your comment. Okay, love it. You are correct with a note. 1 to 2%. Okay, you are very, very close. I'm sure you do your fact checking, but you brought up something very important about race, and it does need to be talked about because you are correct. My wheelhouse started turning, and here's a video for that breakdown. The data you talked about. So the latest USDA stats do show us that about 36 to 30% of SNAP participants are white, aka on the form, non-Hispanic. That means 62 to 64% are from other racial/ethnic groups. But it also means that this is a nationwide program. It reaches across racial lines and economic classes, right? So if someone were to tell you SNAP is only for minorities, that's definitely false. It's for low-income people of all races. I will get into why I just stated that here shortly. But let's get into the racial data and why it actually does matter and why your comment matters so much right now. So authoritarian governments have historically used divide and conquer, telling one group, you pay, they're taking it, or they're different than you. If people believe it's just for them over there and not for themselves, they may accept cuts actually when their own community is targeted next. The fact that a significant portion of recipients are white means any rollback is still everyone's problem, not just one racial group. And that's a good thing for now. Okay. But I want to get into some historical parallels. So my earlier comment, the first part of the video, makes sense. In 1930, welfare programs were narrowed first for others, then extended to more groups. But the narrative changed from helping Germans to rescuing society, which this comment is underneath the video. I told you about that, by the way. In the US during the New Deal, programs that were universal held actually more political protection than those seen as for others. Okay, so you kind of see where that comment comes into play there. If I have no doubt the regime's going to do this with this program. You are right. That's why I'm talking about it. Thank you again for commenting, because if this narrative is starting to be believed as it's for minorities or it's for others, but not for you, you know, the type of white folks I'm talking about, we're in deep shit with these programs. Actually, your comment opened up so much more. It was one sentence, and oh my God, did it open up a door of holy shit. Here are the dots I'm connecting. Thank you again for commenting. So what we're seeing right now is if benefits become seen as for a minority or for someone else, it weakens the political defense for them, okay? And that's the problem. It weakens the political defense to keep those kind of programs up and federally funded and running. That's how authoritarian shifts slip in under the radar, by the way. What you need to watch and do, though, watch for messaging, okay? Benefits for people like them, that kind of wording. Benefits for people like them versus benefits for all, okay? Ask your state reps which constituencies are protected in renewals, right?
Isn't that already how people see the benefits? Even though we know that they get a whole lot of the benefits, people still see them as benefits for others, not themselves. So I don't think she's saying anything that we don't already know.
Y'all know what's so interesting to see? The amount of public on my timeline and on every platform I go on about these SNAP things. Now hold on before you hold my foot to the fire, because I totally agree with the way people are reacting towards this. The problem is, someone asked me the other day, how can we get the young people to engage? How can we pull them out? How can we get them to liberate themselves? How can we get them to fight and have that momentum and show strength through times like this? And I told them, and I kid you not, I said, unfortunately, the only thing that we can do is allow them to see for themselves what is happening. The only thing that we can do is them to go through these things while simultaneously still fighting and wait for them to join in with us. because it is outrageous how many people think it is funny that families across this nation is about to lose SNAP benefits, which some of these families absolutely have to rely on. Even working 2 to 3 at a time, they still need that extra assistance because you know why? The cost of living is, your salary is ain't going nowheres. Ain't going nowheres. And a lot of y'all think it's funny. It's not funny. You know how many children, how many babies will be without this actually happen? Now, I haven't seen anything that confirmed that New York State was absolutely not going to send out SNAP benefits in the month of November. But I did see some interesting things that said that they're asking them to hold it. They're asking them to not send it out. Now, as far as what may happen, we don't know. But think about the holidays that's coming up. Some of these families they're going to have to hold on and squeeze every little penny they got and really be tight for the because they don't know if they're going to be able to feed their kids Thanksgiving Day dinner, Christmas Day dinner. Even if it's delayed, I hear a lot of people saying they didn't say that they would stop with delayed. It don't matter. One day delay, a delay of 1 day is very traumatic to people who. And the heartlessness I see is crazy. People who laughing, who think that what the president doing is funny. It's none of that. It's actually disheartening. It's actually an embarrassment to see your leader show out the way that he's showing. Impulsive. That's impulsive behavior. But if y'all like it, what can I say? I'm going to keep following and standing on the right side of history. I'm going to still continue to put my boots on the ground and make sure that I am fighting for my family. You guys don't want to, that's fine. You fight for what you feel is right for. You protect your family the way you feel like you need to protect those, like I need to protect mine. You fight for what you feel is unfair to your family, and I'm going to continue to fight for what I feel like is unfair to mine. The reality of it is, a lot of y'all is not going to understand until it all come crashing down. And baby, you guys are so near. You're gonna have to miss me with all that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that because I'm actually sitting down, doing the research, doing the homework, paying attention, following the policies on the Congress page, looking at what bills are trying to be introduced and trying to be passed. If you're not doing none of that, please don't come debate me on here about anything. Don't do it.
Question for those of you who receive SNAP, EBT, foods, whatever you want to call them. Why are you okay relying on the federal government?
All right. So I'm going to stop sharing her. I found this I found this little background to remind me to breathe, meditate. You know, since I have started looking at politics like almost nonstop, just all the time. So so yeah, I need to remember to just breathe, meditate, you know, relax, release, and just let go of things that I can't do anything about. But yeah, I think one of the best things that where was I? No, wasn't there. Nope. Okay. So yeah, I think one of the best things that was brought out was the lady that talked about the whole of the supply chain. Like, if this goes through, it's not just going to affect the people that are not going to have the money in their account. It is going to affect the stores. It's going to affect the truck drivers. It's going to affect, it's going to affect us in ways that if you hadn't really sat down and thought about it from a lot of different angles, then you don't know. You just, we're just, but who even knew that this was a possibility? I didn't. I do know that we've been in other government shutdowns, and this is not part of the deal. Donald Trump said himself that they are shutting down Democrat programs. he said, we're shutting down programs that we don't like anyway. So we're going to shut them down. And then he also said, and they're not coming back. So I don't know what that part is all about. I do know that he is extremely untruthful. But at the same time, he will also tell you what he's doing. And so a lot of times there's, it's this crazy mix of, I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm doing, but I'm going to put so many lies in here, you don't really know the truth from the lie. So, yeah, this is, if this did happen, I don't know that he's willing to crash out a lot of these businesses. The people, honestly, I don't think he cares about the people. So I think he will let the people crash out. But the businesses and the shareholders and the CEOs and those, top shareholders in those businesses and stuff like that, those are the people that I would expect for him to be beholden to and not willing to crash out those people's businesses that, he knows a lot of them. So yeah, that's that on that. But we'll see. In the meantime, I think, people should just prepare, brace, pray, whatever you do. And probably everybody, should be a little bit tighter with their funds, maybe not do some of the splurging that we do, and everybody just kind of go back to more practical ways of spending and eating and growing a little bit of something here and there, finding some people that grow things. And there used to be some people in my neighborhood that sold eggs. I probably need to roll through and see if they still sell eggs and just find different resources because I don't know that we can wholly depend on everything that we're used to being able to depend on. So yeah, I need to find some, I don't know if y'all can see this. I have some type of rash right here, and I need to find some Benadryl and some cortisone cream because I can tell it's getting ready to start bothering me. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go. Thank you so much for stopping in. Allegedly, I appreciate you chatting with me. And then also, Girl Dad Cooking Up Deliciousness, if you're still here, thank you for coming in too and hopping in the chat. If you didn't like the video, like the video. And if you come in upon the replay, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I will get out of y'all's way, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.